Today I want to tell you a story from a quiet countryside town, where one young boy discovered the true strength of pure focus. And by the time you hear the last line, you'll understand how powerful focus can be in your own life too. There was a small, peaceful village surrounded by wide-open fields, glowing sunlight, and simple routines. In this little town lived a boy named Rogov, known by everyone for the same three things. He was smart, responsible, and incredibly sincere, but intelligence alone didn't make life easy for him. Rogov lived with his mother and helped her keep the house running. Every morning, before the sun even touched the horizon, he woke up and headed straight to the fields. He turned the soil, carried water, pulled weeds, and worked until sweat soaked through his clothes. Only after finishing the day's chores would he return home, wash up quickly, and squeeze in a little study time. He loved learning, but time never seemed to be on his side. Still, the whole village believed he would top his 12th grade exams one day. And Rogov believed it too, until the day reality struck. When exam season came, his routine became harsher. Days in the field, nights studying under a dim lamp, fighting sleep with sheer determination, and then the results arrived. Rogov failed one subject. For him, it felt like the ground slipped from under his feet. But the worst part wasn't the failure, it was the people. Every morning, as he walked to the fields, the whispers followed him. There goes the genius who failed. Hard work. Useless. He couldn't pass one subject. Their words stung like thorns. Rogov kept walking, kept working, but inside, something was breaking point. One evening, exhausted and heavy-hearted, Rogov went to see teacher Karim, an elderly man with gentle eyes and a voice that always carried peace. Rogov stood in front of him and said quietly, "Teacher, I can't handle their comments anymore. Everyone mocks me. I feel like giving up." Teacher Karim listened, nodded, and said, "Rogov, tomorrow morning, I want you to do something for me." "What is it, teacher?" Rogov asked. "Take the largest pot you can find, fill it to the brim with milk, and walk the same path you took today. But remember, not a single drop should spill." Rogov didn't understand the reason behind such a strange request, but he trusted his teacher and agreed. The next morning, the village slowly woke as sunlight brushed the tops of the houses. Birds chirped softly, and the air felt calm. Rogov filled a large pot completely with fresh milk, right to the edge. It was heavy and unsteady in his hands. One wrong move, and the milk would spill instantly. He stepped outside, and the walk began. The same villagers stood along the road. Some smirked, some whispered, some rolled their eyes, waiting for him to slip. But something incredible happened. Rogov never noticed them. His eyes stayed locked on the pot. His hands were steady. His breathing became slow and controlled. Every step was intentional. The world around him faded away, the laughter disappeared. The whispers turned into distant noise. Even the mocking faces looked blurry. The only thing real was the pot of milk he was protecting with complete concentration. He reached the fields. Not a single drop had fallen. Later, he walked back to his teacher and said, "Teacher, I didn't hear them today. I couldn't even pay attention to anything around me. I was too focused on the milk." Teacher Karim smiled. "That, my boy, is the lesson," he said gently. "When your mind is locked onto your purpose, the noise of the world loses its power. What people say becomes nothing but a faint echo." Rogov stood there quietly, letting those words sink in. He felt something shift inside him, a sense of calm he had never known before. From that day on, Rogov stopped caring about the villagers' comments. He stuttered with more clarity. He worked with more peace. He walked with confidence, because he understood the truth. Deep focus makes the world's noise disappear. The turning point for him was realizing that when the mind is steady, the world becomes silent, just like a camera blurs the background to highlight the subject. Rogov began preparing for his exams again. He worked hard, quietly, consistently, without letting anyone's words touch him. Slowly, his confidence grew stronger. His fear dissolved. His heart became steady. The village hadn't changed. Rogov had. And that made all the difference. One early morning, as the sun rose and painted the sky gold, he stood in the fields and smiled. Because he finally understood, when you focus on your goal, negativity fades away on its own. And so if you ever feel crushed by people's words, if you ever feel judged, pressured, or misunderstood, remember Rogov's lesson. Take a breath. Hold your own pot of milk, your dream, your purpose, your mission, with steady hands. Focus so deeply that the world's noise becomes nothing more than a whisper. Stay focused. Stay strong. And let everything else fade.